Hello friends, today we'll look into another new item from Effective Java. This is regarding the exceptions. So we all know exceptions in Java. So we have the checked exceptions and checked exceptions. So exceptions are basically whenever some unexpected thing happens in our functionality, in our method. So basically exceptions will be thrown and we'll handle them accordingly. So exceptions are basically made for that purpose. So uh, programmers in maybe in the beginning of their career, they tend to use exceptions for other reasons, such as while looping, they may try to catch the exceptions and try to handle the looping behavior, control the looping behavior. So those are all not expected, and those are all not recommended ways of using the exceptions. So we'll see what are the not recommended ways of using the exceptions, and then we will also see what are the better ways of handling those use cases. Okay, just to get started, let's see that assume that there is an array, like for example array of integers, let's say. So now I want to print these integers. How I can print this? So if I'm a beginner or not aware of the other ways of printing, so I may do like this. So I know that if this array goes indexed out of bound, like this integer goes out of the bounds of this array size, so it may throw the array index out of bound exceptions. What I can do for that? So I can put a try block here. And I may not do anything here. Basically maybe I can print it or may not print it. So before going to explaining this approach is totally not recommended. We should not use this approach. This is total abuse of the exceptions, the way the exceptions are dealt in Java. So what we are trying to do here is we are trying to iterate through the array, and once we see that it is going out of bound, then we will try to print the array. So let's run this. So as we expected, it gives the output, it prints the array, and also it's throw the array index because at one point of time this I goes out of bounds. But this is not at all expected. Okay, so this is not the way the exception should be used. Why? So some may argue that okay, it will give good performance, I may not be testing the size of array. So that argument is not valid. So we have other better alternatives in Java, like for each construct, so that will give better performance, and internally the Java implementers have taken the performance into consideration. And this throwing the exceptions is not an elegant way, and it is not a good performance. So Java implementers will not consider exceptions throwing the exceptions as a performance gain, right? So exceptions is very edge case or error cases, so their performance will not be main consideration. So because of these reasons, this approach is not recommended. What are the better alternative? One of the better alternative is you can use the for each loop. So it is like array. So let's run this program. Can you see the output? It's so clean, and even the code is so elegant. So we don't see any exception handling, no size check. So there are no possible side effects, right? So this code is much readable compared to the previous code. So as some computer scientist has quoted, whatever the other fellow developers, this is for other human beings to read, and it is a side effect that this program will be executed by a computer. So computer can understand any bytecode, so the computer doesn't need this the readable code. So this code is for other fellow developers who take care of your programs, for them to understand this program. So readability is the most important thing. So when it comes to performance also, I personally feel readability is more important and performance is the next thing. So another point regarding exceptions, how to handle the exceptions, basically it's related with APIs. So this is one of the good point the Josh has highlighted. Whenever you are designing an API, so there could be the API handling class, so there could be some methods which are dependent on state of the class. So basically that kind of we can say them as state dependent methods. So state dependent methods will need to depend on some kind of a field variables, so basically state of the class. So how to handle those things? So in those state dependent methods, there could be cases that you may want to handle some kind of a exceptional behavior, because depending on state, those methods may behave differently. So for that you might need to have a state testing method. So in a state testing method, what you will do is you will check the current state, and depending on the current state you will decide whether you want to call the state dependent method or not. Okay, to be more concrete, let's look into an example. Let's get into arrays class, and we have an iterator here, right? So before going into this, let's see iterator. We have iterator interface, and iterator interface has these methods, right? Has, next, next, remove, for each remaining. So we'll concentrate on these two methods, has, next, and next, right? So next is something which will give you the next element. Why this has next method is introduced? So as I spoke about this state dependent methods, see, next is a state dependent method. Okay, so whenever you are going to iterate through an collection, so basically it is accessing that collection to return the next element. So it is dependent on the current state in the sense those elements basically. So when it wants to return the next element, it may return the element or it may not, depending on where currently the cursor is situated. So basically if it goes out of bound, so it may throw exceptions, right? So this next method may throw exceptions, no such element exception. Let's say there is no has next method and user has to use this API next method. How the user can do this? Then we'll understand the importance of this state dependent method and the state handling method, basically the state testing method. So let's say, let me write another unit test for this. Right, test list iterator. Let's say I want to iterate through using the iterator. How I can iterate? Let's say I don't have next has next method and I have only next method. So then what I can do, I can have this iterator at some point of time. It may throw exception as usual. So what kind of exceptions? No such element exception. So I may do something or may not do something, right? So let me just print this. So basically here, this next method, which is a state dependent method, and remember these are all APIs, right? So iterator. So this next is a API. So this API method is dependent on state, and when I say next, so it is trying to print the next element, and once it goes out of this range, it may throw this exception, right? So let me run this. You see here it printed this and then it thrown the no such element exception. So this is not clean, right? So what is the better alternative? API itself should internally handle this exception. So the consumer of this API should not worry about these exceptional cases. So we should remember one thing, like whenever we are designing APIs, so we should design the APIs in such a way the consumer should be able to use it in a very easy way. So we should make the consumers very much comfortable in using the APIs. So we should not leak the internal details of API implementation to the consumers. Let's see, if I use this has next, how it can turn out. Let me say iterator and I want to iterate until it has something, right? So what I want to do, I want to just print out the element. If I run this, it has printed the elements. Can you see the difference? How clean it is? Because of this method has next, which is a state testing method. So this has taken care of that exception and those implementation details. So moral of the story is the exceptions are only for exceptional cases. So that we'll see in further items, how we can use the exceptions in a better way. But we should not use exceptions for any control flow, managing the control flow of the API for any other reasons. Hope this is useful. We'll see in the next item. Please give your comments and feedback regarding these presentations. I will try to improve on those things. Thank you all.